I said you'd have a look at them.
Me? But what do I know about electrics?
Now, Richard, you repaired our Christmas tree lights.
All I did was to tighten one of the bolts.
But you were clever enough to track down which one it was.
It's not very difficult. I mean, you just see...
Now, Richard, don't underestimate your electrical abilities, dear. After all, it's only wire and things.
It was your Uncle Derek. I blame your Uncle Derek.
He used to take me to the matches and sit me on his shoulders.
Yeah, you see? Disgusting. You should have been in council care.
They can't put you in council care for being a Liverpool supporter.
Are you sure?
Anyway, I changed. I changed on our honeymoon. For you. I did it for you.
But were you being genuine? It used to drive me mad. I kept thinking, Onslow, you could be making love to a Liverpool supporter.
Father thinks he's back in the war. He started talking to his old colonel again.
Colonel Dawlish.
He's been dead for 30 years.
Go and see him, Onslow, before he starts digging trenches again.
Stake that garden's in. Somebody ought to dig it.
Not 4 foot deep. Go on, hurry up. Remember what happened to Mrs. Pendlebury?
Oh, yeah. He took a prisoner, kept her in the trench. Well, he thought she was a Jerry.
That was your father's story. I think he knew it was there all the time.
For somebody who's been rolled around as much as she has in a day, she got very toffee-nosed about it. I tried to tell her he was doing it for England.
Why did you tell the vicar's wife that I was good at electrics?
Because you are, dear. You always know where the fuse box is.
In my own house. But after that, I'm electrically derelict.
Nonsense, Richard. I'm sure if you put your mind to it. Mind the cyclist, dear.
Well, never mind the cyclist. I'm probably going to electrocute the vicar.
Richard, do have a little confidence in yourself, dear. As befits someone with both a cash and credit card.
I'm not even dressed for doing electrics.
Nonsense, dear. You're perfectly dressed. Do you think I'd allow you to appear in public if you weren't reasonably dressed?
Being reasonably dressed isn't really the point. Electrical people normally wear overalls.
Richard, do keep your voice down, dear. I will not have you spreading rumours that I might be married to somebody who wears overalls.
When people do electrics, they sometimes climb about in roofs and things. I imagine it's a very dusty job.
Not if you do it executively. Take a managerial stance to it. Make it quite clear to the vicar that you only do electrics executively.
The bucket woman's coming to have a look at the church hall electrics.
Not her, him.
Oh, I can stand him. One feels a massive Christian sympathy for him. Is he any good at electrics?
She said so.
Oh, I suppose she should know. Funny, really, to look at him, you wouldn't think he's any good at electrics. I'll go.
Good morning, vicar.
Mrs. Bucket. Bouquet. What a pity I can't stop. I have this emergency funeral.
What funeral?
Isn't there a funeral?
No, not today.
Why is there never anyone to bury when I need them? Sorry, I was getting mixed up. I'm just going over to the hall to see how the setting up of the bring and buy is going.